Hey everyone, so this is our second step in transformations, and that's called reflections. So by the end of this video, you'll know how to reflect a figure on the coordinate plane. So a reflection is a flip, okay, and it's creating a mirror image over a line of reflection. So if you see, I flipped this little L over this line. Now there's basically five main reflections that we're going to concentrate on because we're only going to do these on the coordinate plane. If you flip something over the x-axis, your x values are going to stay the same, but your y values are going to change signs. So if you have a point 3, 2, it's going to become 3, negative 2. If you flip it over the y-axis, it's the opposite. X changes signs, y stay the same. So again, that same point 3, 2 is going to become negative 3, 2. If you're flipping it over the y equals x line, it's the diagonal line that cuts the graph in half, you're going to just swap the values. So that point 3, 2 becomes 2, 3. They don't change the signs, they just swap them. The problem comes when I'm doing an over an x equals a number line or over a y equals a number line. Those are vertical lines or horizontal lines. So an x equals a number. So when I'm saying this, I'm saying like x equals 2. Okay? That means it's a vertical line at 2. Whereas y equals 2 would be a horizontal line at 2. Either way, if I have a figure on one side and I want to reflect it in this, all I do is I count how many spaces this point is away from this line. So let's say it's 1 away. I would then, on the other side, repeat that. So my new image is going to be 1 away on this side. And I would do the same thing for each point. Now let's say this is 2, I would go 2 away. Let's say this is 3 away, I would go 3 away on this side. And I would create a mirror image reflected on the other side. And it's all about counting. The biggest problem that people have is drawing that vertical or horizontal line. After that, all you're doing is counting. So let's get through these examples. So the biggest thing is you need to circle what you're reflecting in. In this case, I'm taking a quadrilateral, this quadrilateral, and I'm reflecting it over the x-axis. Well, if I'm reflecting it over the x-axis, y changes. X is going to stay the same. So what I do first is I list out my new points. So I plug in, okay, my x is going to stay the same, my y is going to change signs. So my new d is going to be negative 2, negative 3. My new e is going to be 4, negative 4. My new f is going to be 3, 2, because y is changing signs, so that negative 2 becomes a positive. And my new g is going to be negative 3, 1. So now if I plot both images, I'll plot my original in orange, negative 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, negative 2, and negative 3, negative 1. There is my original. My new one becomes negative 2, negative 3, 4, negative 4, 3, 2, and negative 3, 1. So you see how they kind of reflected over the x-axis. While in the y-axis, these reflect over this right here. So what I do is, for this y-axis piece, all I do is I change x, changes signs. This one is the same as the previous example. You just have to find the points. So if I'm reflecting over the y-axis, x is going to change the signs. So I create my new points, okay? -1, 4. -3, 2. -2, -2. 3, 1. And now I plot them up here. It's easier to find the new points first, change whatever I need, and then plot the two figures than it is to try to count. The best way of doing this is to circle what you're reflecting it in and write out the new points. The next thing is just to emphasize what you're supposed to do. So x-axis, y is going to change. Y-axis, x is going to change. X-axis, y is going to change. Y-axis, x is going to change. Now comes that x equals a number, okay? So we have this figure right here. You have it blank, you might want to copy it over. And x equals a -1 line means that at -1, I'm going to draw a vertical line. And all I do with that vertical line is now I'm reflecting this figure in it. So I count, okay? F is 2 away on this side, so my new point is going to be 2 away on this side. G is right on that line, so that doesn't move. H is 1 away, so I go 1 away on this side. There's my new H. I create this figure, and you can see that this triangle reflects over here. I can do the same thing with a y equals 1 line. Y equals 1 line is a horizontal line through 1. This is my horizontal line. So now I start counting. F is 1, 2, 3, 4 away. So I go 4 away on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my new F. H is 3 below, so I go 3 above. G is 3 above, so I go 3 below. You'll notice when I erase these swirls here that it flips vertically. That's because it's a y equals line. It flips vertically. The next step is when we're reflecting in the y equals x. The y equals x, again, I'm swapping. Okay? I'm not changing any signs, I'm swapping. So my new A becomes 2, -3. My new B becomes 1, 0. All I'm doing is I'm flipping these numbers. And my new C is going to be -3, -2. So if I plot my original, -3, 2, 0, 1, and -2, -3, when I flip it, it becomes 2, -3, 1, 0, and -3, -2. And all I really did was I reflected it in this diagonal line that cuts it right in half. Those are the major reflections that I do. Again, all I'm doing with this one is I am swapping the value. My new R, my new S, my new T, my new U, and now I can plot both of these figures and I have my reflection. So the biggest thing is to recognize what I'm reflecting the line in, circle what you're doing, and then follow the steps. Please complete the rest of the practice problems. Come to me with any questions you have. Thank you.